guys, it's Kris and Amber again. Today we're going to be doing a video about the injections and getting all your medication prepared and neat and organized. So what I'd like to show you first is I recommend getting a pill container, something similar to this because it's going to go with the month for you. I put in prenatal vitamin, so you will want to take a prenatal vitamin. It just really strengthens that body and gets everything prepared. It's just really good for you. So I did prenatal vitamins and fish oil in here. And also when you're doing what am I trying to say? What's that pill? Birth control. There we go. Whoa. When you're doing birth control, this will help you to go to this and remember to take that birth control every day. So you put it on the counter so you can see it every single morning. And I always have a glass next to it. It just makes it really easy and really convenient. And it was like the first thing that I did every single day. So that's my advice on that. And then you'll hear them, since there are so many needles, you'll hear them talk about a sharps container, just so that way you're not disposing those needles just in the trash or whatnot. We actually have some Canada Dry that we had, and what we did is we just put all of our needles in there, and once it's done, we're going to duct tape it up, and then you can actually throw this away in the garbage, and it's just like a regular sharps container. For some reason, they stopped giving these out in the clinic. I don't know if your clinic does, but if they do, that's great. And you can also purchase them, and they're not really expensive. But if you don't want to and you want to be cheap, that's the way to go.
And also that pill container, you can get them at most Walgreens or Walmarts. Any kind of pharmacy usually has them.
So, and the next thing that we did, like I said, you're going to get lots and lots of stuff. A big brown shopping bag.
Huge bag.
So what we did was we had some leftover lemonade jars from our wedding, and we had a bunch of them. And so it had on the front of the bags, like labels for extra stuff. And so I just went and made a jar for each of them. So this is the Lupron needle. It looks probably a lot more scary than it needs to be. I don't know what that band is for. Kris and I were kind of joking and saying that you put it on your lapel. Whether you do that or not, I am not sure, and I don't know why that's on there. But so that way you're not retarded like me. I tried to snap this off because I was like, oh, you just snap it and it lifts the lid. No, I don't know why it's there. You just pull this this orange cap off, and then you can start the injection process that way. So that's that. And then I made the jar for all of your alcohol pads. Like, you'll get a bunch. And so they're ready to go. And you're not having to, like, in the morning assemble everything. Because you have to give the injection, according to my instructions, every night between 7 and 9 p.m. And I work sometimes during that time. Or if you're out of the house, you're going to dinner, you can do this and go to dinner still and have fun with your friends or whatever your life has going on at the moment. You can just pack up a baggie or something and then just grab what you need from each of the sections.
Yeah, it makes it real easy instead of you got all your stuff all in one place and you're scraping through whatever to make sure you got the right piece and whatever. You're able to just grab one thing out of a jar, put it all in a bag, and then take off with it. So
next one that I want to show you is the Menopur. Obviously, the Menopur is one of the ones that I think we get the most anxious about and we're nervous about. So you get this is what this looks like, and this is the part that you're going to put the medicine in. And then you get the tray that looks something like this. Now, if you're not on Menopur or you're on something different, you might get something a little different. Yeah. But this is what it looks like. And then you have your sodium chloride and then the Menopur. And I'm just getting them out so you can look at them. This one is your sodium chloride. And this one is the Menopur. And as you can see, it has powder in it. And at that website that I told you, that Freedom Med Teach.
FreedomMedTeach.org, no spaces.
Freedom. I think it's .com. But it's either one of those. We can't remember. I'll look it up and tell you for sure next time. But I think it's freedommed.com. And it teaches you the step-by-step process of how to do this. And I would suggest, like what they tell you, just to mix it with your finger. Just turn it like this sideways. Don't shake it and don't swirl it. It almost dissolved like instantly when we did it.
Yeah, it doesn't take much effort. You're not really trying to shake something up or make it dilute.
Which you would think you would, because it looks like thick white stuff at the bottom.
Yeah, no, it went right away as soon as the liquid hit it.
So these are Q-cap. And the Q-caps basically cap onto your syringe. Excuse me as I throw it. Your syringe, it goes on top, and then you would place it over the top of the bottle, and then you would draw out the fluid, and then take it off and put it on top of the other bottle and inject it in. And then that's when you would swirl it. So I just wanted to kind of show you what that looks like. You might get something that's different depending on what protocol you're on. But for us, this is the protocol that we're on.
Most people that we were with were on Menopur and then had different ranges of dosage depending on their age or whatever the case was. And then some people that are allergic to it, they take an alternate. But generally, it's mostly kind of the same process other than taking a different medication.
So, you know what? Will you grab the pen? It's in the fridge.
Yeah.
So you know, while he's gone, I'll talk to you a little bit about the follistim process. The follistim is the one that's the pen. And when you get it, your pharmacologist might not actually tell you that it has to go in the fridge. So when you get home, you might not be thinking about it going into the fridge. Make sure you remember. But should you not, I've read on a couple of sites that as long as you haven't used it, you can get it into the fridge and it should be okay. But this is what the pen looks like. And you'll dial in your dosage. They'll give you like a cartridge that sits in here. You can see my cartridge is in there. I've used it for today. My injection actually gives me 4 in one container. And thanks to my husband for doing the math on that, because I was like, they only gave me 2 of them. I have many injection days. How is this going to work? And then so, yeah, he filled me in on that. But it came in this cute little case that you can carry around with you. And believe it or not, these are the actual injections, like the actual shots that go on top.
The needles.
The needles, yeah, that go on top of your pen. So you would just like push it on or screw it on. You'd screw it on.
Yeah, so it's a double. Each one of these contain a double-sided needle. So one side you push into the tip of the pen. You'll twist it on. So then one needle's going into the tube with the medication. The other needle's coming out. So then once you twist it all the way on, you pull it off, and then you're able to take your dosage. Depending on how much it is with your pen. And don't throw this away, the cartridge for it, because when you're done, you actually put this back on top. And then you twist it back on and pull it back off. So, let's get it back in the fridge. Yeah. But that's what I did. We have one other one. That's our HCG. As I said, there's some scary factors that come with this. When you first get it, they don't really talk to you about this in the office. I don't know if your doctor did or not, but our doctor's office didn't talk to us about the HCG injection, the trigger shot. And I think that there's good reason behind it. There's so many other injections that you have to do, and people were already getting nervous. The anxiety was building up, and they had us inject these cute little stress balls. But I was shaking, like I was nervous, and Kris was calm. I wonder why. But I was nervous and I was shaking. And so we did that, and they left this out. But they gave us what they called a goodie bag, and there was nothing goodie in it. It was just extra needles and extra alcohol pads and just different stuff like that. And then this bad boy. So you get your syringe. And then this scary thing that nobody talks to you about. I don't want you to be afraid of this. This is just to draw the fluid out. Somebody should have told me that before I looked at this, because we were definitely we looked at that thing and we were like, I don't know.
I don't think I can do this.
Yeah.
But the actual one is this one. It's much thinner. I know you probably can't see it.
Yeah, I probably can't see it.
Oh, there we go. So it does come to right here, but it's super thin. And this one is supposed to be given in one of two areas. It's the back, like the hip, the back hip buttocks area. And then the other one can go into your top part of your thigh. It's a intermuscular. Is that what
intramuscular.
Intramuscular. So the rest of it goes into your subcutaneous fat tissue. So those aren't bad. Like I was telling you before, those injections are actually pretty easy. Most of it's given with the needle that is used by, what am I trying to say?
It's it was hypodermic needle.
Yeah, but who uses
It's used for people with diabetes.
Diabetes, thank you. Yes, diabetes. So people who have diabetes use these, and they're meant to be given every single day.
Yeah, very small, very thin needles for the most part. This will be the biggest needle you have to deal with in the whole IVF process. Everything will be very, very thin, very minuscule hypodermic syringes.
Yeah.
So
just once. That's all you got to do with the trigger shot. Remind yourself of that every single day. Do not watch videos. My suggestion, not to watch videos. They freak you out. Just wait till you get to that time and then do it. And remind yourself that it's one. So what Kris and I have done is we have decided to have a trigger shot party. We are calling it our stab party. And all those people that have been there and have been super supportive of us, they will be coming over to the house. We're going to have a party and hang out and have a good time. And then at the exact time that my doctor says that we have to give the HCG injection, then we'll have all those people there to just really like encourage you and get you through that. And for me, that's going to help. You might be more private where you just want to be by yourself. Totally get that. But I am all about support systems and people who love me and that type of thing. And I think that's going to be the best thing for Kris and I. And so the last thing we have to show you is the progesterone. I've heard that this also comes in a shot, but we got the vaginal insert. So you'll give this until they tell you to stop, and it will be after your transfer. And so this is going to help get things started again, because remember that they're controlling the rest of the process. They basically have stopped the connection from your brain down to your ovaries and that cycle that naturally happens every time an egg is released. So the doctors can control it. They can grow the optimal number of eggs and the best follicles and that type of thing. So that way they can go ahead and remove them. And the progesterone is there to kind of get things back up and kicking and starting again. So that way the baby can actually survive. So yeah, that's our video. If you have questions or you want to ask me something or you're really nervous and you just want to talk about it, totally here for you. We'd love to answer your questions and chat with you. Thanks.